So I can see that this keyword, this search term, is appearing in 4 different campaigns, and that it allows me to then say, hey, this is where I'm doing amazingly. I have a 3% ACoS. I'm getting the majority of the orders for the search term all in this one spot. I'm gonna go ahead and negate it where it's not performing well and keep it running where it's performing the best anywhere in my gigantic account. What's going on, Badger Nation? My name is Michael Erickson-Fasheen here in Austin, Texas, and I'm the CEO and head of product here at AdBadger. And finding duplicate search terms is one of the most underrated tasks you can do to keep your account in check and keep it performing really well. The reason why it doesn't get talked a lot often is because it's very difficult to do until now. Previously, in order to do this, you would have to download search term reports from Amazon, and then you would have to combine them, like your sponsored product and your sponsored brand. You would need to merge these to find the level of performance, and then you'd have to run pivot tables in Excel. Then once you did that, you would then have to go back into Amazon and hunt those things down. Like, what campaign was this in? So let's talk about duplicate search terms. Let's say I'm selling mason jars, and I have mason jars in automatic sponsored product campaigns, and I have them running in manual sponsored brand campaigns. Now, over the course of running these campaigns, I might have a search term, mason jars for overnight oats, appear in my automatic sponsored products. Okay, that's great. Then later down the road, I might also have it appear in my sponsored brand campaign, mason jars for overnight oats. So I have the same search term in 2 different places. Is this a good idea or bad idea? And the answer is, first, it's incredibly common. So if this is happening in your account, it's expected, it's okay, and that's just fine. It's incredibly common. But is it good or bad? As this Badger inquisitively is asking, is it good or bad? Well, there's reasons why it could be good and reasons why it could be bad. AdBadger published a pretty long, about 40-minute presentation on this on YouTube. If you search manage duplicate search terms on YouTube, Amazon, PPC, you will find this presentation. It was really good. Clement and I did it, who's a Amazon PPC campaign manager. So there's good reasons to do it. The first reason is it ensures you have really good coverage across sponsored products, sponsored brands, and sponsored display. Meaning, if I have a search term that's performing really well in my sponsored products, well, I better have it also in my sponsored brands. If it's an ASIN target, well, I better also have it in my sponsored display. Having this coverage is a really good way to maximize and get the most value for high performing terms. Now, the bad part of that is this search term might not perform exactly the same in every single place. Maybe in some campaign types it has a 10% ACoS, and in another it has an 80% ACoS. These are things that you want to pay attention to. Another good reason is that similar products, let's say I have multiple mason jars of varying sizes or various uses, the same term can apply. And if I have multiple products appearing for the same term, well, that's fantastic because I'm probably boosting my sales volume on that term, pushing out some competition, which is great. The bad part of that is maybe not every product is relevant for that. Maybe not every product converts the same for the same search term. So really the question is like when to negate when you have something performing really well in one spot that's not performing well in another spot. And if it's usually if it's converting in one spot, it's going to convert somewhere else, but it's probably not converting as well as its main ad group. So this is a good opportunity to see something like, wow, I have an ACoS 40% and ACoS 10%. I'm going to negate it in the 40% and let it ride in the 10% one so that more traffic funnels to it. When to promote it, like when to turn a duplicate search term into a positive keyword when it's doing very strong in one place, right? It's doing very strong in my sponsored products. Let me also add it to a sponsored brands with that same product. So let's take a look inside AdBadger in our duplicate hunter, which as far as I know is the very best way to find duplicates. So when you're inside AdBadger, I'm going to just show you the pictures and then we're going to do a live demo in a second, but you're going to click on the top targeting tools. When you're in targeting tools, there's a single button right there, find duplicate search terms. And then what this will do is it'll go initiate the scan and scan through everything. We worked really hard to make sure this is pretty zippy. In my own test, this never takes more than 20, 30 seconds, even for large accounts. And then what it does here is it shows you the search term. It tells you how many places it's in. And you can see in some cases, like this is an ASIN target. it was showing up in 29 different places. So 29 ad groups. So there's a lot of interesting information that we can learn here. Now from there, I can log into any section, any search term, and I have a quick glance, or I can go in and dig deeper. On this view, I see the aggregate performance for everywhere where the search term is. So for example, this first term with the word fish in it, it's in 8 different places. I can see its aggregate level of performance, and then I can dig in deeper and see everywhere where it was triggered. What was it triggered by? Auto, manual, sponsored product, sponsored brand, so on and so forth. What ad group it was in, what campaign was it in, and what was the individual performance for that search term. From there, I can begin to see certain things like the revenue per click is a metric that I love. We have it in most Ad Badger tables. It stands for revenue per click, RPC, and I can see that in this particular campaign, it has a revenue per click. Every time it gets clicked, I generate $20 of revenue compared to over here where the revenue per click is 9 or 10, and I can see the ACoS is much, much lower in this super high performing ad group. I could begin to make decisions where maybe I say, hey, you know what, I'd love to funnel these terms, this traffic to this other place. So I can make really quick, I can click the action buttons here and basically negate or promote anything directly from this duplicate hunter. So I hope you will play around with the duplicate hunter, send any feedback to our chat bubble in the bottom right of our app. We really love hearing from customers so that we can continue to iterate and evolve and improve our tool.